So in this video, I'm going to go through my trading 212 portfolios and what a year it has been as usual. As you can see, the S&P 500 has had a tremendous bull run this year, up by 26% almost. The FTSE All-World has done very well too, considering it's very diversified, up by nearly 18%. Now, things are of course a different story in the UK, with the FTSE 100 being up by only 5.4% and the FTSE 250 being up by only 4.2%. So let's jump straight into my Trading 212 portfolio. I'm going to first show you my Trading 212 ISA account because I've made a huge change and I'm finally fully invested. Of course, I'm using Trading 212, and if you would like to sign up to Trading 212 and receive a free fractional share worth up to £100, all you have to do is to either click the link in my description box. Alternatively, if you've signed up to Trading 212 in the past 10 days and haven't received a free share, all you have to do is click the 3 horizontal line menu over here, scroll all the way down until you see the use promo code section, and in this section use the code JUBAIR and you should receive a free fractional share. But anyway, here is my Trading 212 ISA account, and I'm very happy to show you that it has finally reached £110,000 and my current portfolio value is £110,158. I was having a look at my older portfolio updates as you do the other day, and just 2 months ago this portfolio value was £105,000. So I'm really happy with the growth that I've had in my portfolio, and I know that I don't do things, you know, in the way that other people do, but this is my personal money and all I can do on this channel is to educate you and entertain you too. But anyway, let's check out what this means. I am fully invested. As you can see, the account value is exactly the same as the portfolio value. I have nothing in free funds for the first time in a very long time. Essentially, what I have done is put all of my money here. This is in the iShares Core S&P 500, and as you can see, I have 10,661 shares here, and since buying only about 10 or 12 days ago, I can't remember when, it is up already by 1.27%, and that is a return already, unrealized of course, of £1,346. Of course, anything can happen. The stock market hasn't finished yet. I am filming this on the 29th of December. We still have basically 2 days left of the stock market and anything can happen. I'm not sure if we've actually seen the Santa rally for this year, but you know, I have my hopes up. But either way, as a long-term, you know, hybrid long-term investor, I don't really care. I will load up on more stocks in my other accounts. Not really a big deal for long-term outlook. A very common question that I get is, why do I invest into the GSPX, the iShares Core S&P 500? Well, the main reason is because I just like it. Really, there is no actual reason why I'm choosing this over something else, but one of the reasons is that it is a hedged ETF, which means the currency fluctuation between the pound and the dollar, they're minimized. Although it's not a perfect system, it does cost more, around 30% more than the VUSA. But I like the fact that it is quite well correlated with the actual index that I see on Yahoo Finance or Google Finance, and it's just easier for me to keep track of my investments. I like to look at my investments every single day. I've made a career out of it, and you know, you can ask why I do it and why I don't, but for me it is incredibly fun and that's why I do it. Now, the other holding that I have here in my stocks ISA on Trading 212 is the £100 every day thing that I had, the pie that I invested £100 every day for 30 days. And as you can see, the FTSE All-World hasn't been doing the best over, you know, the past month. I would say, you know, it's down over the past month, but still I kept this pie open, and you can see currently we are up by 2.54%. I'm not sure about the math on this one, but I am up by £76.25. Of course, there was a period of time where this was actually higher, but I'm just going to keep this for now. I might sell it. I'm not really too bothered about that, or I might get back into the £100 everyday challenge. We will see. So now let's head over to the invest account, where I have a lot more holdings, but they are valued a lot less. So this is my Trading 212 invest account. Current portfolio value is £20,710. As you can see, the account value is a bit higher at £21,766. Currently, I have £1,056 in free cash and currently getting that 4.9% annual equivalent rate. Of course, if you are considering this higher amount of interest on your invest account and your ISA account, not the cash ISA, then these funds will be put into qualifying money market funds, which technically are classed as investments, and therefore your capital is at risk. So let's quickly go through all of my holdings. I really don't want to spend too much time on that. You know, these videos really do take my throat out. But anyway, as you can see, my Trading 212 calculated return is a positive 0.99%, or a return of £203.23. Of course, this trading 212 calculated number only takes into consideration my open holding, so it really doesn't have a true reflection of everything. For example, if I go into my history and go into orders, you can see that to date I have a realized profit and loss on my trading 212 invest account of £4,075. In terms of dividends, this is £284. In fact, let's go into my stocks ISA. As you can see in my stocks ISA, I've realized a profit and loss of a positive £6,800. A lot of my gains were through doing this. And in terms of dividends, only £1,036. So now let's head over to the invest account. So over here, I'm going to sort out my investments in terms of value, so highest to lowest. So my biggest holding by far is in the iShares S&P 500. Again, this is the GSPX. I hold 1,841 shares here. I only bought in this the other day, as you can see. Let's just check out. So these were purchased on the 17th of December. The average buying price was pretty high at £10.17. So of course, since then it has dropped a bit, and I'm down currently unrealized, of course, by 1.25%, or a loss of £234.96. So my second biggest investment is this pie here, the S&P 500 every day. As you can see from the net deposits, I've been investing £10 per day for 57 days now, and I am up by £11.68. This is in the iShares Core S&P 500, the IUSA, not the GSPX. And the reason why it is in the IUSA is so I can separate the investments from the IUSA and the GSPX. Overall, I really do believe that the S&P 500 choice that you make won't have too much of a detrimental impact. You know, they're all pretty much very similar. So next I have 1.24 shares in Amazon. So looking back over the past year, they are up by 45.87%. Really good there. And in my portfolio overall, they are up by 112%, or a positive return of £117.44. Next, I have 33.54 shares in Rolls-Royce. Over the past year, again, really good here, up by 91.14%. And in my portfolio overall, since investing, I am up by a massive 254%, or a positive return of £139.11. So next I have 343 shares in Lloyds Banking Group. Over the past year, they have been doing pretty well, up by 13.14%. And now in my portfolio overall, they are up by 22.49%. Not the best considering I've held this for a really long time now. As you can see, since 2018, they're still down overall by around 40%. However, they do pay a decent dividend yield of 5.33%. And if you want to, you can go into your financials and quickly check. Trading 212 has added lots of features here, as in you can see the income statement, balance sheets, cash flow, and they even have a handy little graphics down here. You can change from annual and quarterly to have a quick visual representation of how the company is doing financially, although you might have to do a lot more extra research in order to be confident to invest in a particular stock, as this is never financial advice. Next, I have 2.13 shares in PayPal. Now, over the past year, PayPal has done really well, up by 40.52%. So in my portfolio overall, they are up by 41.61%. So you can see pretty much all the gain was made this year, and not even most of the year. It was just since around July, August. And that is a positive return of £43.34. They don't currently pay a dividend yield. So Nvidia, I have 0.9 shares only in them. Over the past year, they have absolutely destroyed it, up by nearly 180%. And in my portfolio overall, they are up by a massive 361%, up by £77.17. They paid the smallest dividend yield of 0.02%. Next, I have 18.13 shares in Deutsche Lufthansa. Over the past year, they have, not done well at all, nosediving by 23.69%. And overall in my portfolio, they are, at a loss. They are down overall in my portfolio by 31.11%, and that is a loss of £41.60. They do pay a really decent dividend yield of 4.89%. So next I have 0.42 shares in Apple. Over the past year, they are up by 31.62%. Really nice there. In my portfolio overall, they are up by 43.04%. And that is a gain of £26.03. They pay a very small dividend yield of 0.39%. So next I have 21.06 shares in British Petroleum. Over the past year, they have not done well at all, down by 17.5%. In my portfolio overall, they are down by 26.64%, and that is a loss of £29.94. £2.48. They pay a really good dividend yield, however, of 6.6%. So next I have Alphabet, 0.47 shares in them. Over the past year, this company has done really well, up by 36.11%. In my portfolio overall now, they are up by £46.76. That is a positive return of £23.05. And they pay a really small dividend yield of 0.31%. Next, I have 23 shares in IAG, 23.17 shares. Over the past year, I haven't even realized this, they are up by a massive 91.51%. In my portfolio overall, they are now up by 99.26%, and that is a positive return of £34.87. They pay a small dividend yield of 0.82%, and looking quickly at their financials, you can see just how much the revenue has grown since 2020 to 2023. Next, I have 0.17 shares in Tesla. Now, over the past year, Tesla also doing really well, up by 70.93%. So in my portfolio overall, they are up by 103%, and that is a return of £29.95. And they don't currently pay a dividend yield. So next I have 3.16 shares in H&M. Over the past year, not doing well at all. As you can see, during the middle of the year, about June, they were doing really well and then just dropped off by around 20%. Down overall by 19% or 18.93%. In my portfolio overall, a small loss, down by 1.49%, and that is a loss of 51p. Massive loss there. And they pay a good dividend yield of 4.3%. So next I have Delivery Hero, 1.5 shares in them. Over the past year, Delivery Hero not too bad, up by 13%. In October, they were up by a whole huge amount more. In my portfolio overall, they are down by 12.51%, and that is a loss of £4.82. They don't also currently pay a dividend yield. So next I have 0.07 shares in Microsoft. Over the past year, doing pretty well, up by 14.94%. In my portfolio overall, up by only 10.88%, held them for quite a bit now, and that is a return of a positive £2.47. They pay a very small dividend yield of 0.72%. So next I hold 0.4 shares in Nike. So over the past year, Nike has done terribly, down by 29.34%. And as you can see in my portfolio overall, down by 25.66%. The average buying price this year, it dropped below of 102.83. You can see that is a loss overall of £8.49 for me. And this year, the dividend yield, I believe, was cut, and now it is currently standing at 1.98%. Next, I have 0.37 shares in BMW. Again, a really bad year for BMW, down by 22.16%. Again, falling below my average buying price, so that's going to be a loss. Overall, a loss of 24.37%, a loss of £7.85. The dividend yield still seems very high at 7.66%. Next, I have 35.1 shares in Vodafone. Over the past year, not the worst, but of course not the best because it's still a loss of 2.63%. In my portfolio overall, a loss of 26.13%. So a really bad investment it has proven to be, and that is a loss of £8.36. Dividend yield says 7.02%, but I believe it's cut. I wouldn't actually, rely on these numbers always. Let me know in the comments down below what the current dividend yield of this is. Next, I have 6.24 shares in Royal Mail. Overall past year, they've been doing really well, up by 30.18%. In my portfolio overall, up by 70.61%, and that is a gain of £9.37. They pay a pretty small dividend yield of 0.55%. So next I have 0.91 shares in the Vanguard Germany All Cap. Past year, not exactly great for an index. We've seen the S&P 500 up by so much, but this not up by that much. Anyway, up by 8.43%, still a win, I guess. And overall in my portfolio, as you can see, this year it has surpassed my average buying price of £22.55. So now we are up overall by 8.28%, and that is a gain of £1.71. Overall, not the best investment in my opinion. Next, I have 2.32 shares in Orange. Over the past year, not doing well at all, down by 8.46%. In my portfolio overall, even worse of a loss. As you can see, this year below my average buying price. So I can see overall it is down by 17.28%. That is a loss of £3.86 in real world terms, but they do currently, according to Trading 212 anyway, pay a really high dividend yield of 7.51%. Next, I have exactly one share in Carnivore. This was my first ever free share on Trading 212, and how things have changed over the past year, up by a massive 32%, really well here. In my portfolio overall, up by an even more massive 157% and up overall by £11.04. They don't currently pay a dividend yield. Next, I have 0.38 shares in Mercedes-Benz. Over the past year, not doing well at all, down by 14.8%. In my portfolio overall, down by a massive 17.16%, loss of £3.56. I've been holding this, investment for over 2 years now, I think. And yeah, over those years, a negative 17% makes it a pretty bad investment. Dividend yield seems to be really, really high at 9.9%. Next, I have 1.01 shares in Deutsche Bank. Over the past year, doing really well, up by 33.54%. And in my portfolio overall, as you can see this year, it has surpassed my average buying price, up overall by 29.51%, or a gain of £3.16. Dividend yield pretty decent at 2.72%. Next, I have 0.02 shares in ASML. Over the past year, not doing really good at all, up only by the slightest of 0.19%. So not the best, investment when we consider the year performance. In my portfolio overall, down by 1.4%, mostly due to the FX impact. And that is a loss of 17p. Don't know how I'm going to cope. They pay a very small dividend yield of 0.91%. Next, I have 0.12 shares in Walt Disney. Over the past year, not the worst, as you can see above my average buying price, up overall by 22.47%. And as you can see, all the gains were basically made this year. In my portfolio overall, up by 22.73%, and that is a gain of £2.10. They pay a small dividend yield currently of 0.85%. Next, I have 0.16 shares in Moderna. Over the past year, doing really, really bad, down by 57.61%. As you can see below my average buying price, this is also another reason why I actually don't invest much in individual stocks. What I have is what I have, because it's actually really hard to pick good stocks. Anyway, in my portfolio overall, Moderna is down by 52.67%, and that is a loss of £5.81. They don't currently pay a dividend yield. So next, I have 2.01 shares in Direct Line Insurance. Over the past year, in fact, just in the past couple of months, they have skyrocketed, up by 37.11% over the whole year. As you can see, over the past month, up by 60%, exceeding my average buying price of 198p. In my portfolio overall, very impressed, up by 28.25%, and that is a gain positive of £1.13. They pay a decent dividend yield of 2.36%. So next, I have 0.49 shares in National Grid. Over the past year, not doing well at all, below my average buying price again, down overall in the past year by 10.91%. And as you can see overall in my portfolio, down by 5.85%. That is a loss of 29p. Here's an upcoming dividend for any of you owning this stock. They pay a good dividend yield of 5.81%. Next, I have 0.29 shares in GlaxoSmithKline. Over the past year, again, not a good performer at all, down by 7.39%. In my portfolio overall, just by the skin of my teeth, I am still positive by 1.01%, or a massive 4p. Here's an upcoming dividend, and they pay a dividend yield of 4.54%. Next, I have 0.03 shares in AMD. Now, AMD over the past year has really surprised me, and it just goes to show picking individual stocks is very difficult because, AMD was flying. As you can see, since start, up by nearly 3,000%, but in the past year, down by 10.46%. And in my portfolio overall, still up by a massive 59.5%, or a gain of £1.19 from a very small initial investment. Now, lastly, I have a tiny amount of shares in the S&P 500. This just allows me to track the VUSA, and as you can see, the VUSA, the most popular ETF in the UK for S&P 500 investments, is up by 27.15%. What an absolute beast of a year it has been for the stock market. I don't think anyone could have predicted such a great return for the S&P 500. It just goes to show, don't listen to people who think they know what's going to happen to the market, because more than likely they absolutely have no idea. So make sure to check out some of my other videos, and I'll see you in the next video.